Hi, my name is Eve Cooper,
Hi, my name is Amanda Kramer,
and I am here today to talk about my experiences with sexism.
and I'm here to talk about my experience with sexism.
Places that I'm the most frequently stereotyped is, I feel like, every aspect of my life. Like, it could be anywhere, at work, just within everyday life, in school, so a little bit of everywhere.
Places I frequently notice I'm being stereotyped are just in public in general. When I'm at restaurants, when I'm hanging out with friends, basically anywhere social, I always feel like I'm being stereotyped.
I think the first instance that comes to mind is a story with last year. I took a communications class, more specifically a public speaking class, and one day I was giving a speech and all of the men that were in my class completely zoned out. They were not listening, they were distracted. Some of them turned off their cameras on Zoom, and they didn't do that for anybody else, so it was kind of a big shock to me, and it was awful.
One specific instance of this that stuck with me is my first experience with this kind of discrimination. And I was at a football game in high school, and I was in line to get a drink, and some guy who was my age walked behind me and grabbed me inappropriately, and I think that always sticks with me.
Some of the language that I would identify as sexist is honestly the delivery of how they're talking to me, being talked to as if I'm incapable of understanding them, being talked to as if I'm inferior, stuff like that.
Some language I would identify as sexist is really just being talked down to. That's the biggest thing I noticed. Conversations that I would completely understand normally are explained to me like I'm a little kid.
Some efforts that everyone can take is honestly to just shut it down right away when you're experiencing it, because if women allow men to continue to be sexist, then just nothing is going to change and it will just keep repeating itself.
I think the biggest effort everyone can take to stop sexism is to educate people. If men aren't aware that this is a huge problem for women, then they have no reason to stop it. So I think education is the biggest thing we can do.
Advice that I would give to women who are being discriminated against, like I said before, to just shut it down when it happens and to know your worth and that it should not be happening.
Advice and encouragement for women who experience discrimination would just be to stay calm. Don't give them the reaction they want, but definitely educate them about why what they said is offensive, why you feel like you're being discriminated against, so that it doesn't happen in the future.